Uh, Today I've got a topic named Cairngorm architecture. So we'll cover these things in this introduction to Cairngorm, implementation of Cairngorm, and Cairngorm with universal mind extensions. Sorry? Okay. And before we move on to the architecture, Cairngorm architecture, we'll clarify some of the terms that are associated with software technology. And the first one is framework. As software engineers, you must have come across this term. So can any of you tell what does a framework mean actually?
List of design patterns, group of design patterns to solve a particular problem.
Okay.
So we need some structures to be followed.
Okay.
That can be called as a framework.
Okay, that's correct. But we can say framework is something like a large piece of code which developers develop, which allows other developers to leverage or to develop their own products based on that code, right? It's that kind of thing. And there are so many types of frameworks: persistence frameworks, transaction frameworks, unit testing frameworks, animation frameworks, and but all these frameworks will fall into two main categories. That is, one is application framework and architectural framework. We should have a clear distinction between application framework and architectural framework. Flex is a great example for application framework, where application framework means it provides application level services, like it has a huge set of class libraries and which developers use to develop their own applications, which allows developers to code a flexible application development. Where on the other hand, architectural framework means it's a methodology, it's a predefined infrastructure around which your application hang. Okay, it will not provide any additional services to the developers. It's just you can say it's a skeleton around which you can develop your applications. And when we talk about frameworks, we should consider this term also, design patterns. And again, can any one of you tell us what does a design pattern mean? Okay, that's not a problem. Design pattern, when the software developers develop their code, develop their applications, they often come across problems. In many cases, the problems may be the same. They cannot be looking for different solutions for the same problem. So what software peoples will always do is they will find out a solution which will be spread over the other developers also, and that is a common solution for a common problem. A pattern kind of thing which is going to be deployed for a common problem. So you may have especially the people from Java may have heard about these things, model view controller. These are, I have just written some of the design patterns available, most used design patterns available. That is model view controller, singleton, and factory classes. So model view controller, as you must have a basic idea about this. Can anyone elaborate it? What does MVC, model view controller, mean?
Nothing but that we categorize the code or data to three types.
Okay.
So model holds the data part.
Okay.
And the view holds the UI part.
Okay.
Visually
Okay.
represent, and controller that interacts between the data and the UI part.
Okay, that's correct, and we'll come to that when we go for Cairngorm. And singleton, as you must know, that singleton is a design pattern from which you can identify that by seeing singleton, you can identify that a class must be instantiated only once in your application, and factory factory method provides that you can create different objects based on the manufacturing class, right? So now let us get into the Cairngorm architecture. Why Adobe has created or developed concentrating on this Cairngorm architecture is because this is what differs a Flex developer from any other technology. Java has so many architectures, right? So Adobe has predominantly provided Cairngorm architecture, especially for Adobe Flash platform technologies. Cairngorm means it's